Hey guys, Saturday morning. Give you a progress update on the International 560 or the Farmall 560. As you can see, got the loader off, got all the tin work off, and it got power washed. Filled with oil. And I'm fixing that problem right now. Top valve cover gasket. It probably wouldn't leak so bad. Whoever replaced the gasket at one time, they didn't clean off the old one. They put two gaskets back to back, and half of it was blown out, and it was just oil. You can see from where I was running yesterday, some oil dripping out of there. So yeah, you can get the valve cover off without doing anything to the fuel tank. It's a little tricky, but you can get it out without doing that. The problem is, the hard part is actually, I should say, is cleaning out the gasket along there. The exhaust manifold is up, as you can see, it's in the head to the top. So you can't really get a scraper in, so a good sharp screwdriver, and you just keep chiseling away at it. I'm still working at it. Take a little bit of take a little bit of time and a little patience again. You can get that all cleaned up. I'm not sure, I'm pretty sure the lifter gasket's leaking also, but I want to get the top valve cover gasket changed and see what we got after that. These here are usually cork, and the cork, what happens is these little screw heads tend to back out. It's always a problem. I don't recommend putting Loctite on them to help seal to keep them in. Loctite, if you break one of these off, it's not fun. So I just usually try to put some, it's a cork gasket, so I use it's a cork gasket sealant. And then around these bolt holes, I put a little bit of silicone. You don't want silicone on cork. It doesn't work too well. So yeah, we're moving right along here. I had to get fan belts. I'm still waiting for them. I ordered it through an aftermarket company, and they sent me the belts for a gas. 560 gas, so they're not going to work, but they're getting to be in pretty bad shape, so I'll get two new belts on there. I got the oil and filter. I want to change the engine oil once I'm done. Once the motor's closed and get all the new gaskets in, I'm going to change the engine oil. And we got the hoods all painted up. And what else we got here? We got for the air intake, the front grill I had painted. I had taken this off and repainted it. I just taped it off and cut out the centers and sprayed it real nice. Got the side sheets over here. Yeah, they're not the best. There's a rust hole. I probably could fix it, but this I'm not trying to be overly fancy. This is a barnyard restoration. This ain't I ain't looking for professional. This is going to be on the farm. This tractor's going to get used. So you don't want to make it too nice, and you don't want to use it. Still have to diagnose the glow plugs. The wires look pretty good. Once I got all the oil off of them, this was all caked with oil. You couldn't see any of this, so I got it cleaned up good. It starts now with the key switch. I put a key switch in. I don't have to start it with a wrench anymore. The starter button does work. That's where the lighter went. They actually had just a toggle switch here to turn the ignition on, and that's what wasn't working. So no more starting with a wrench. I can turn the key now. I still have to, this is the pain with any tractor, the restoration, is taking the dash off and taking all the gauges out and all the electrical and taping everything off, because this was red and this was like a gray, or I don't know, I might do it in black. But haven't decided yet if I want to pull it off or just tape it. Yeah, it takes time to tape it, but it goes fast. You just put a piece of tape right over the gauge, then your utility knife, and just cut it out. You can do a pretty clean job that way. So I have to think about how I want to do that yet. But yeah, we're moving right along here. I'd like to get this thing that I can mow second cutting hay with. I wanna mow with it. So it still needs a little bit of cleaning up before I paint it. I do want to paint the whole tractor. But that loader's off, so that was not the easiest to get off by myself with just two floor jacks, but it's off. So moving right along, so I'll just give you an update on where we're at. Like I say, I'm not very good in editing or fancy camera work, so I do a progressive video, but you can see the progress I make then just doing it this way. So Yep, we'll get her cleaned up and painted hopefully within the next week. I hope to have it done. And I'm still thinking about getting some new front tires, some 3-rib. A couple things I have to find yet. I want to get a weight bracket for the front, just so it looks a little better and it helps save the grill. You take notice to any tractors out there that are for sale, usually if the grill's all banged up, they don't have a weight bracket. Well, that's operator error, but still, you never, tree limbs and all kinds of stuff. It makes a nice bumper anyway. It looks nicer too. And I'd like to find fenders eventually. Like I said, I haven't decided how I want to do that. If I can find used ones. I don't know. Like I said, I don't like the clamshell fenders, even though they're original to the tractor. I really like the international flat top fenders. So I'll have to look into that to see if I can't rig something up. But fenders are always expensive. They're almost impossible to ship, for one thing, and you almost have to pick them up somewhere. So I don't know. Not quite sure. It'll look a lot nicer with some fenders on it. So, and the right seat. But like I say, this is more about function than it is about, this ain't going any parades. This is going to be on the haybine and whatever else I put it to work with. But mechanically, so far, I mean, buying a used tractor, you never know. So far, everything works. Now I can get the brakes off, take these drums off, and they probably just need to be cleaned up. If not, I can get new discs. But those discs usually go a long time. They're just probably that dirty and dusty. So there it is. There's the update on the 560. So we're getting there. Hope to have the engine back together today and serviced and running, and check for any more leaks. So thanks for watching, guys.